good morning. Just coming off of the first, so I wouldn't even call it an interval, the first little marathon pace segment, just kind of keeping the legs awake. Today's run, 4 total miles, 1 mile and half-mile marathon pace, 1 mile, half-mile marathon pace, 1 mile, and that'll be it. It is Thursday before the Cowbell marathon. So that's a mouthful. It's Thursday before the Cowbell marathon, and things feel pretty good. Let's talk about the training block. Let's talk about where we are. Let's talk about a couple other things, maybe some predictions. So the training block, it's been good, but weird. Good, and all my times relative to my heart rate have come down quite substantially in this block. Good in that I got more 20+ milers in than I ever have. Good in that all of the tempo, speed, and threshold times were right in line with kind of what I need to hit my A goal, which we'll talk about in a second. Weird in that I travel a lot for this block, and I could feel kind of, you know, the effects of travel on my body. So I cut out kind of in some crucial weeks some of the high intensity running, because I could just feel, you know, the body's stress from being on planes, being in cars for, you know, 10, 12, 18 hours. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me. Hopefully I still got enough of that type of work in, but we'll find out. So that easy 4 miles is done, including 2 half miles at marathon pace. That's it, other than a nice little shakedown run on Saturday. So later today, we're gonna travel down to St. Louis, gotta go home, pack the bags. And then as far as marathon prep goes, we're basically there. I'm hoping to have one more video after this one to talk about, you know, kind of strategy, nutrition, race organization. You know, unfortunately, there are a couple things to say about that. I'm very much looking forward to the race, don't hear me wrong, but, you know, for example, they don't have any pacers in a race with thousands of participants. That seems like a pretty big, you know, oops. So, you know, other than that sort of stuff, you know, that hopefully we get to in a second video, there's not a lot left to say. Like I've already mentioned, the training block was good, but kind of weird. Hopefully that doesn't, you know, affect the outcome. The last thing that I want to talk about in this video is, you know, it's Thursday, September 20, I'm not really sure, 28th, 29th. It's the 29th, Thursday, September 29th. And, you know, yesterday Hurricane Ian made landfall in Florida. We have a boat down there. If you've kind of read between the lines, you know, you've seen that we've been refitting a sailboat, and we have big plans for that sailboat. And through kind of working on that boat, we've come to meet several people down there. And so, you know, hopefully they're all safe. Hopefully everyone in the path of the storm is safe, because, you know, our boat is important to us, but in the grand scheme of things, a damaged or even completely destroyed boat is but a small concern compared to potential loss of life. And so, you know, our hearts, our thoughts, our prayers go out to everyone that was directly in the path of Ian. Hopefully you made it to safety. Hopefully, you know, loss of life is minimal. While also, you know, we also recognize that loss of property can be devastating for a lot of people. A lot of people, you know, are in a position where they can't handle like loss of kind of their whole lives. And so, you know, we also feel, and our hearts and thoughts and prayers go out to those people too. As for us, you know, the boatyard where our sailboat's at, the eye of the storm literally went right through it. So it got both, you know, the front storm eye of wall, the back eye wall, the roughest winds. We haven't heard much news about flooding in the area yet. We don't really know what's going on with our sailboat. We probably won't know for a few days. So we're kind of going into the marathon weekend, you know, one, preeminently concerned with our friends, and actually our neighbor here in Chicago, his daughter lives down in the Port Charlotte area. So, you know, we're concerned for, you know, our friends and their family and their safety, and then also, you know, concerned for, you know, what is going on with property, including our boat. But again, that's a small concern compared to other things. So, you know, we'll go into the weekend. I think we'll be able to still run a good marathon. But, you know, we got to deal with that too. So that's kind of where we are. Back to the house. I'm gonna go on a walk with the wife and dogs again. We're thankful that we're back in Chicago right now. We're safe and sound. And that's most important. Hopefully everyone else stayed safe. But anyways, travel St. Louis. Hopefully I'll talk to you one more time before the marathon. And then of course you'll see my typical race recap videos.